pleases him, but it is our fruit that feeds him.
My Lord.
Right.
Come on, sir.
Because my faith is what puts a smile on his face, because I believe in him and I believe what he can do. But it is the fruit that I produce that satisfies his hunger. What are you saying? The fruit of the Spirit. Long-suffering, patience, temperance, forgiveness. All these different fruits of the Spirit. Here's my question. Here's my question. How much faith do you have when you ain't got no fruit?
Wow. Wow.
Can't have the Spirit of God in you and not have the fruits of the Spirit in you.
Each.
There's got to be some type of fruit. I got to see some type of love, some type of long suffering, some type of humbleness. There has to be something in you that says, I got the Spirit of God in me, and this is how you know. Because I used to would cuss you out. Now I just pray for you. I used to would go upside your head. Now I'm trying to lay hands in a different way because I don't want to.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I want to pray. I don't want to fight. You know.
Talk about it.
And so, you know, there has to be something that says, oh, I know God is in you, because see, you know. All right.
This work, Dad.
Come on. See, you ain't really got it until the devil acknowledges it.
Right. That's real good.
No, you ain't really got no power till the devil say you got power. All right, I hear you talking, Pastor. You're going to have to explain that to me. I'm glad you asked. Y'all a great class. Here we go. In the book of Acts, there was something, Marquise, you love this story. It's about the 7 sons of Sceva. They tried to exorcise a demon, and they couldn't, and the demon jumped out of the man, got on them, and beat them naked. But here's what the text said. The text said, even the demon said, Peter we know, Paul we know, but who are you?
Who are you?
The demons recognize that they had power.
Yes.
You ain't really got power until the devil knows you got power.
That's
You need more Bible? I'll give you more Bible. Jesus showed up on the scene, and the man that was filled with legion, watch this, Jesus shows up, and the demon's question to him was, why you come to torment us? My presence made the demons uncomfortable.
Right. Presence.
Before Jesus even opened his mouth, he was just walking. And the demon said, why comest thou to torment us? I got so much power, my presence aggravates the demons.
Amen.
See, that's when you know you got real power.
Yeah.
When you walk in a room and every demonic presence in the room has to sit down and shut up.
Shut up.
And see, hear me, let me help you. For those of you that think you just gonna go in rooms casting out demons, that ain't Bible. Because Jesus didn't cast out demons until they became unruly. Because even the demons had to become subject to the power that was in it. So if the demon knows his place, I ain't gotta deal with him.
Right.
You walk in the church and be like, oh, it's demons in here. Yep, but as long as they don't act the fool, they gonna get out of here okay. I'm real talk. Cause why? Cause when you got power, you don't have to flaunt it.
Right.
And let me give you this for free too. Let me give you this for free. Volume don't equal power.
Right. Right.
No, just because you can yell, hoop, and holler, don't mean you got power. There's a lot of loud, powerless folk. They think because they yelling at the devil listening to them, and the devil is saying, no, you ain't got no power. You can't even cast me out of your house. How you going to cast me out of somewhere else?
Right. No. Talk about it.
He says, let me move on because I don't want to bore y'all. Here we go. It says, we in the vine, and you have faith-producing fruit. Thank you so much for coming, woman of God. Bless you. Faith-producing fruit, but then you got to deal with the husband.
Yes, sir.
Who is the vine dresser? Who is God? Hear me. Let me correct your terminology. God is spirit. Okay? God is not a spirit. God is not the spirit. God is spirit.
Amen.
Period. Okay? So when you deal with God, you have to deal with God in spirit and in truth. What is the truth? The truth is acknowledging who you are and the flaws that you have, but also saying, God, I need you, because if you don't help me, me don't kill me.
Come on.
Yeah.
The truth, CC, is, God, I'm a liar, but if you help me, I'll speak the truth.
Yes, sir.
God, my flesh is out of control,
Yeah.
but if you help me, I promise I'll grow my faith.
Yes, sir.
God, my life is a mess, but the truth is, if you help me, I'll turn it into a message.
Right.
You have to be honest with God. And the funny thing is, how you gonna lie to the person that knows you?
Right. Already know.
Why hiding from the person that knows you? God knows you. The Bible teaches us that He knows the number of hairs on your head.
My God.
That is a run. You know that's a running calculation, right? Because you have certain hair that falls out.
Right.
God knows the number of hair. Have you ever tried to count the hairs on your head?
No.
Why? Because you looked at your head and was like,
Okay.
I'll be dead before I finally finish this count. You can sit here right now and try to count every hair on your head, and I promise you still get it wrong. But God knows the number of hairs on your head. And when you learn that you are dealing with a God of that capacity, with a God of that magnitude, then you also understand there is no point in me trying to hide who I am from a God who sees everything.
Right.
God sees me even when I ain't looking at myself. God, the Bible says He knows your thoughts afar off. God knows your thoughts before they even hit your head.
Yes,
He knew your thoughts from yesterday. He knows your thoughts tomorrow. Watch this. While you're concerned with your today, God is already in your tomorrow.
Right. Come on here.
He's setting up things,
Come on.
putting things in place, presenting you with decisions,
Yes, sir.
and trusting the fact that you'll make the right choice. And here's the great thing about God. God gave us a buffer that even if we make the wrong choice, we can come back. That's a good God. That's a good God who already makes provisions for you to fail.
Man.
Wow.
He makes provisions for you when you fail to say, I know you're going to fail. I already know you're going to fail because I know you. I know what I created. So I already know you're going to fail. So here, I'm going to put this buffer in place so when you do fail, I don't have to cast you out. So I got something for you to come back in. So I'm going to send Jesus. Jesus is going to die. That way when I see you, I don't see your sin. I see His blood. You missed it. That way I see His blood. So when you do fail, the blood will keep me from killing you.
Yay!
Lord. Yes, sir.
Gotta deal with the vine, but then let's go on and finish this out. You gotta be pruned for promise. There are three types of cuts that I saw in this text that I believe will bless us.
Heard that.
The first one is the cutting back. Cutting back. Pastor, what's the cutting back? The cutting back is God removing some of those things that you used to do in excess. Now He's requiring you to do less of.
Wow.
There are those things where God begins to trim back some of your bad ways. And I want to pause right here and tell you that change is a process, but change don't start until change starts. Or better yet, let me say it like this: change ain't change until you change.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So you can't keep calling it change and you still doing the same thing. And so God begins to cut back, and I try to teach you, you got to learn how to celebrate the steps. What are you saying, preacher? If I used to smoke 12 pounds of weed a day and I'm down to 1 pound, I ought to celebrate that.
Amen.
That's a lot.
Because I'm cutting the, if I used to drink a 6-pack a day, now I'm down to 1 beer a day, I'm going to celebrate that.
Amen.
I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying celebrate progress. Stop letting people make you feel bad because you ain't where they are.
Right.
Y'all-
Come on here.
But learn how to celebrate the step. You need Bible? I promise I got it. The Bible says after every day that God created, he looked back and said, it is good.
Yes, sir.
He didn't wait till the seventh day to talk about all the rest of it.
Come on.
After each day, he celebrated the steps in the process.
Yes.
If I used to sleep with 8 people a month, now I'm down to 2 people a month. To God be the glory. It's going to be some tread left on the top. Hallelujah. You gotta celebrate the steps.
Yes, sir.
I used to fight every day, Pastor. Now I ain't had a fight in 2 months. Ain't God good?
My God.
I used to cuss everybody out. Now I don't even really want to cuss no more. Ain't God good?
Ain't God good?
Everybody got this one person in their life that they got one more time to say the wrong thing to you, and there's gonna be a problem.
One more
got
time.
this one person. And watch this. That be the person that God proved to show you how saved you really are.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Because every time you say that, they do one more thing, and the Holy Ghost won't let you get them.
Yes, sir.
The moment you say that,
more
they
time.
call you with some BS, and the Holy Ghost won't let you get them. You'll be like, I told you, you had one more time, didn't you? And the Holy Ghost will be like, be quiet. You'll be like, but God, like, really? Like, this gonna have to stop. All my single women, y'all know y'all baby daddy got one more time to say the wrong thing to you, and you be ready to lose it. And the moment you get ready to go off, God be like, don't say nothing. I'm going to deal with it. But God, you taking too long. Who you trust? Me? You trust me? Do you trust me?
Uh-huh.
If you trust me,
Thank you.
then don't rush me.
Thank you.
Trust me, don't rush me. Because if you trust me, then you understand. If I haven't moved yet, it's because what I'm going to do is going to take time.
Yes, sir.
All right. My wife told me something, I didn't realize this. My wife told me something that blessed me. She said whenever CPS is called on a person, they don't just go in and take the kid, they start monitoring the house to build a case.
Right.
So they could be watching you for six months to a year before you even know they were ever called.
My Lord.
They've been working against you for a long time.
Right.
Building a case against you so that when they finally do come in, you can't dispute. They have what is called, it's called irrefutable evidence.
My Lord.
What are you saying, Pastor? I'm saying you already prayed to God about a thing, and God ain't rushing because he's building a case against the thing that's coming against you. I just prophesied. He's building a case against what's coming against you, so when he finally shows up, there will be irrefutable evidence, and they have to rule in your favor. I don't know who I was talking to, but I just prophesied. So if you trust him, don't rush him.
Yes, sir.
Just trust the fact. God, I put this in your hand. I know you're going to do it. I may not see you. And to be honest with you, he's doing the most damage when I can't see you. There was a song, old school song. It was an old school song, and I used to sing it all the time. It was funny. But the song, it's called Daddy's Little Girl. And the hook was, I'm Daddy's little girl. But they said, but what Daddy don't know won't hurt him.
My God.
But I want to argue that what Daddy don't know will kill him.
Right.
Because when you don't know God is working on your behalf,
Uh-huh.
he's setting up something big for you.
Yes, sir.
And your enemy might be on his hit list.
Yes, sir.
But until, watch this, until you get out the way,
Get out
and
the
until
way.
you stop trying to dictate what God is doing,
That's right.
then he can't really get his hands on the enemy like he wants to, because some of you won't put your sword up when he got his out.
That's real.
Lord.
You got to deal with cutting back. Somebody say cutting back.
Cutting back.
But then you got to deal with the cut of brokenness. Some of you are not broken enough. Oh, this is perfect. Amen. This water has a seal on it. It's like this water. Be baptized in Jesus' name. Listen, this water has a seal on it. Here's the problem. I can want this water all day long.
Uh-huh.
But if I don't break the seal, I can't get access to what's in the container.
My God. Make it
Now,
plain, Dad.
I can't afford to be too emotional about this seal. Well, God, it's nice. If I break it, it's gonna tear. It's gonna rip.
Yes.
But Kanoi, there's a warning on here that says reject if the safety seal is broken.
Paint the picture.
The only person that's supposed to break the seal is the person that purchased the wall.
Come on, sir.
Listen.
Woo!
The only person that's authorized to break the seal is the person that bought the wall.
My God.
The Bible
Clear,
I read
Dad.
says you were bought with a price.
Uh-huh.
The only person authorized to break you is the one that paid for you. But God, watch this, but God will use situations and circumstances to break you, but he's not breaking you to hurt you. He's breaking you because there is something inside of you that he needs to get out.
Yeah. Come on now.
And we run from the breaking because the breaking hurts.
Right.
It hurts because you got to break my wheel. Yeah, I used to ride horses, and I never knew that when they trained a horse, they called it breaking.
Yes, sir.
And like you gotta break the horse, and I was like, that sounds horrible. Like that sounds bad. And I watched my uncle break a horse, and I felt bad for the horse. I was like, you so abusive. That horse ain't done nothing to you. I was like, leave the black stallion alone. You know, that's the only horse we knew growing up, the black stallion. That was in every cartoon. That's the black stallion. Horse be white, that's the black
Long
stallion.
Ranger.
He broke the horse, but once he broke the horse obeyed his every command.
Come on. My Lord.
And I said, that never would have happened if he didn't put the horse through a painful break. Y'all missing it.
Come on.
Through a painful breaking process. Because he was not trying to kill the horse.
Yes, sir.
He was trying to get the horse to become submitted. To become submitted to his leadership.
Come on.
Because he had plans for, he had greater plans for the horse. But he couldn't put the horse in those plans without the horse being broken.
Wow. My God.
Come on.
God will send you through a season of brokenness. Anybody in here ever had a broken heart?
Yes, Lord.
Are you dead?
No, sir.
Okay, so that means it didn't kill you.
Amen.
Anybody here ever had your feelings hurt?
Amen.
Are you dead?
No,
So that
sir.
means it didn't kill you. Anybody in here ever lost a house? Lost a car?
Yes.
Lost a job?
Amen.
Lost a best friend?
Talk, sir.
But you're still alive, right?
Amen.
So that means it didn't kill you. It broke you, but it didn't kill you. Because God's intention was never to kill. His intention was to show you that even through the brokenness, you still got stuff to birth out.
Amen.
Even through the brokenness, you're still good.
Hallelujah.
And sometimes God has to break you because who you're connected to becomes greater than who you're submitted to.
Come on.
Wow. Yeah.
Because before you even talk to him, you'll call all your friends.
Amen.
Before you even pray, you'll get on the phone with everybody to get their opinion. And you haven't even given it to God yet.
Yes, sir.
And then you will listen to their advice, take their advice, only to realize they're not anointed to deal with what you deal with. Y'all not talking. That's why you got to be careful taking counsel from everybody, because everybody ain't anointed to deal with what you deal with. You ever seen somebody single trying to give relationship advice?
Come on.
Tragic.
I mean, they giving you good, they think they killing the game. Well, you know, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to do, and you want to ask them, so why are you single? And you know, here's the lie they tell us. Here's the lie they tell us. I'm single because everybody out there playing games. I'm single Because ain't nobody saying nothing to me. No. That ain't why you single. Why you single? Some of y'all are single. We'll get in trouble, but it's cool.
Work, Dad. Some change.
Some of y'all are single because you're not mature enough to be in a relationship yet. Some of you are single because God can't trust you not to make that person over him. Because some of you, your desire to be in a relationship is greater than your desire to be in a relationship with God. And so the moment God sends you a man, you'll forget about God.
Come on.
And until your relationship with God is solid, God, the Bible we read says God is a jealous God. He'll have no other gods before him. And so until you learn that your relationship with God is solid, and if a man comes in your life, he comes in your life to partner with you in your relationship with God. He doesn't come in your life to replace God. God ain't going to release a man to you.
Yeah, Lord.
And God ain't going to release a woman to you until you learn that you don't need a woman, you just want one.
Right.
Amen.
Wow.
Amen.
Come on now.
Because some of us, the desire for a relationship is stronger than your desire to be right with God. I don't understand that. I see some of you, well, not y'all in this church, because I try to teach y'all better than that. But you ever get on Facebook and see them people that's always talking about being single? Like they look like they thirsty in reverse. Like they say, like they not asking for a man, but they always talking about, I'm single till somebody decides to do right. I'm single. I mean, it's crazy. Like every post is about a relationship. And then you be like, but I'm single. I'm taken by Jesus. You're a lie. Jesus ain't touching you. Jesus ain't sleeping with you at night. Jesus ain't wrapping you up in his arms.
My God.
That ain't even Bible. The Bible says Jesus won't even put his hand on flesh again. Hallelujah. Jesus is touching your spirit, but he ain't touching your body.
Amen.
Jesus is my husband. No, he's not. He is married to the church. Jesus is not an adulterer.
My God.
He is not your man. He is your Lord and your Savior. That is all he is. Jesus is my cousin. Is he any kin to you? And if we're not careful, we will categorize Jesus and try to bring him in to a fleshly relationship. And we miss who he is in spirit. There's the cutting back, the cut of brokenness, but then here's the cut that everybody hates. The cutting away.
Wow.
When God looks at your life and says, this thing no longer is producing fruit, so I got to get rid of it. This relationship in your life is no longer able to prosper you where you are, so it's time to let it go. The problem is letting go of a relationship that's been connected to your tree for a long time. Because trees don't grow overnight. Vines don't grow overnight. It takes years for vines to grow. Have you ever seen the side of it? Like even out here on the Potpourri house, that vine that's going up the side of the building, that didn't just happen overnight. It took years of growth. And then for somebody to come in and cut a branch off has to hurt, because, watch this, there's a place of familiarity there. There's a place of, believe it or not, even when someone is bad in your life, they create a place of comfort because it's the bad you're familiar with. So even though you know they're jacked up, you still stay connected to them, because it's better to be with somebody you know is jacked up than to try to learn somebody that's new to them. And so it's almost like the devil I know versus the devil I don't know. I'm okay to deal with the devil I know because I know their proclivities, I know their situations, I know their issues. So I know I can hold them close or I can move them back. But when it's somebody new, I got to try to learn your mannerisms all over again. Some of us look at relationships and be like, look, my next relationship going to be my last one. I promise. I'm not doing this again. Because some of us have been so hurt, we're like, I can't do that again. I ain't got another 10 years to invest in nothing.
Amen.
Like, when I say till death do us part, trust me, one of us going to die for this. It's going to be you and me. I promise.
Amen.
Listen. Prison getting 3 hots in a cot. All right.
I promise to you.
One of us is going to die. Because I can't afford to start over from scratch.
Amen.
I can't afford to go through this again. My heart is broken. I can't afford to do this again. Some of us have friends in our life that we have to be honest and say this relationship really isn't producing anything. Some of us have friends in our life, all they do is take. That's all they do is take. And here's the problem. I can't be mad at the friend for taking. I gotta hold you accountable because you continue to give. Because people can't take what you ain't giving. And if you let them keep taking from you, then you're just as bad as them. Because you keep enabling them to be a taker in your life. So sometimes you have to cut these things away. Think about it. There's some people in your life right now that God is trying to cut you away from. And let me say this. You cannot give grace to somebody that God's grace has run out on. You cannot keep holding on to someone that God has rejected. Just in case you need Bible, because I try to give it to you so you know I'm not just talking. When God rejected Saul as king, Marquise, am I right? This is what God said to Samuel. How long you gonna cry over him, seeing that I have rejected him?
Oh, okay.
Your tears don't mean nothing to me because I fired him. So how long you gonna cry over who I fired? How long you gonna keep praying about who I already told you to let go of? Because your prayer ain't gonna change my mind.
Yes, sir.
Because if I told you to let them go, I wouldn't have told you to let them go if I expected them to stay.
Right.
How long you gonna hold on to who hurt you when I already told you to forgive them? I told you last night, some of you are waiting on closure that ain't coming. Because you're going to have to let them go without the apology. You're going to have to forgive them without the apology. You're going to have to forgive them without them giving you a phone call, email, text message, Facebook message, Twitter message, Instagram. You're going to have to forgive them without all of that. Because at the end of the day, forgiveness ain't for them, it's for you. And you walking around holding a grudge to somebody who clearly don't even care about your forgiveness because they haven't even made an attempt to apologize for the offense that they made. So you got to make up in your mind, you know what? I forgive you in Jesus' name. I release you in Jesus' name because I can't afford to carry around that hurt and that pain in my heart while you going on with your life, living your life. You living your life like it's golden and it's brass.
My God.
And here's the truth. Here's the truth. Unforgiveness is like a cancer. You don't realize how bad it is until it's about to kill you. And here's the crazy thing. I'm glad I said that. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Here's the crazy thing. If you can catch it enough, in enough time, they can cut the cancer out.
Amen.
If you would allow God to catch it in enough time, He can cut unforgiveness out of your heart before it completely swallows you up. Because here's the truth. Offense is a choice. You have to choose not to be offended. And when you choose not to be offended, it makes forgiving easy. Because forgiveness, watch this, CC, because you're going to need this. Forgiveness doesn't mean I forget the offense. Forgiveness means I choose not to deal with you according to the offense. So I'm not saying you didn't do it. I'm not saying that what you did was okay. What I'm saying is I choose not to treat you like what you did.
Amen. Amen.
I choose to love you. The Bible says a soft answer turns away wrath. The Bible says love keepeth no record of wrong.
Yeah.
But that love is patient, love is kind, love is long-suffering. So if God is love, and the Bible teaches us to abide in Him, and Him, downstairs now, and Him is love. If Him is love, and the Bible teaches us to abide in Him, then we have to exemplify love at all times.
Amen.
That means even if I'm mad at you, I still love him. That means even if we ain't talking, I still love him.
Amen.
Even if we fall out, I still love him.
Right.
Because my life is not my own. To him I belong.
Yes, sir.
That's what abiding in the branch means. I give myself to you. When I give myself to him, that means I no longer have control of myself. So when he gives me instructions, I gotta follow. So if he says, go love on him, I don't get to say, no, I'm not doing that, God. Because I can miss my miracle. Because when God gets ready to test you, he always asks you to do a hard thing. They told Naaman, and I'm closing, he told Naaman had leprosy. He said, Naaman, the prophet said, go dip 7 times in the Jordan. Naaman got mad and said, are not Abana and Pharpar greater than all the rivers in Egypt? Why can't I go dip in them? They were clean, pretty rivers. Why can't I go dip in them and be clean? He told him to go dip in the Jordan. The Jordan was emphatically known as a dirty river.
Right.
The word Jordan means to descend. He said, I need you to go down to get down in order to come up clean.
Ooh. That was good.
He says, go dip in the Jordan. Naaman says, no. And he goes away. And his servant says, if they'd have asked you to do a good thing, it wouldn't have been a problem. But because they asked you to do a hard thing, you in your feelings.
Come on.
He got corrected by his servants. The instructions were to dip 7 times in the Jordan. Can you imagine? Naaman being a great man, having to get inside a dirty river because the prophet told him, this dirt gonna make you clean. Cabrera, he dips 1 time. Nothing happens. He dips 2 times. Nothing happens. Gets all the way up to 6. Comes up out of the water after the 6th dip. Nothing happens. Play something. What are you saying? Because most of us don't finish the instructions because we're not seeing what we think we ought to be seeing in the process. God, I don't see you. I feel like a fool. Why am I still in this water? I know it's disgusting. He's got leprosy, so I know he's in pain. And he's having to dip in this cold, dirty river. God will ask you to do a hard thing. He'll ask you to do, watch this, he'll give you an ugly task to produce a beautiful miracle. He'll have you do something that just utterly upsets you. Go back and repent. I don't want to repent. I don't feel like I was wrong. It ain't about how you feel. It's about me, my assignment in the kingdom.
Right.
There have been times God has had me go talk to people, and I didn't want to. And he would not let it go. God, this is too hard. It's not fair. I got to be made to look like a fool. So you can get glory? He said, yes. My word says I use the foolish things to confound the wise.
Yeah.
The DNA of my power is humility. He said, if I can't make you look like a fool, I can't use you. He uses the foolishness of preaching. David said, I'll become even more undignified than this. David said, if you think I look crazy, I'll get ignorant. Because it was God who chose me. And if it's God who chose me before your father, then whatever I do, I'm doing it for him, not for your approval or opinion. Tells him, Naaman, you got to dip 7 times. You don't get to dip 6 and say, God, I don't see it, so I quit. Because he didn't promise you that the miracle was coming on the 6th dip. The miracle was in the instructions. Dip 7 times. Imagine how discouraging he was by the time he got to the 6th dip. God, I done dipped 6 times in this dirty water. I'm covered in dirt. I'm covered in mud. I probably stink. And I've got to dip again? This ain't fair. Everybody looking at me. I look like a fool right now because I'm in this dirty water. And I've already dipped 6 times. My temperature ain't changed. My skin ain't started clearing up. I don't see no change. But the miracle wasn't attached to the 6th dip. It was attached to the 7th. Bible says Naaman dipped one last time. And this time when he came up out of the water, the Bible says that his flesh was restored as the flesh of a child. That means, catch this, not only, watch this, not only did God heal him, but he gave him time back. Yes, sir. Not only did God restore his skin, but he restored years of his life. What am I saying? Here's the cure of being cut. Cure of being cut guarantees 3 things. It guarantees a greater presence. You're going to be better for it. Your presence is going to be better for the cut. It guarantees you greater power. You're going to be stronger after the cut.
Amen.
But then greater production. You're going to produce more after the cut.
Yes, sir.
This church, my life, your life, is a result of the cut. You're able to do what you do now because somewhere in your life, God cut you and you didn't quit. Even if you feel like you're a long way from God right now, I want to tell you, you're not as far as you think you are. Because if you're sitting in here listening to me, you ain't as far as you think you are. Because when I was far away from God, church wasn't my option. I walked away from church. I was done. But somewhere along the line, I survived the cut. Hands lifted all over this building. Father,